guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. It's gonna be about 53 degrees today. Right now, it's only about 40, but the sun's blazing, so it's a perfect time for me to work on my 1995 Acura Legend. This was the last year that the Legend name was used until the following year where it became RL or TL, RL, something like that. Anyway, I was practicing with my daughter. She's learning how to drive. She drives very well, but she's getting ready to take her driving test shortly, so we're just practicing. So halfway through, thank goodness we were nearby the home, you know. She was practicing some parallel parking, and when she stepped on the brake, I could hear the grinding of the right front brake pads onto the rotor. So I'm like, I was dreading this for years, because when I had the rear brake pads replaced last, I have to say it's probably 5 years ago, but the reason behind that is because we don't really drive this that much. It's my son's car, but it spends its time parked on the front. You know, he's away at school. So I remember that when they changed the rear brake pads, I was gonna do it myself, but they had to change it. Why? Well, because the calipers were all rusted, right? And so the calipers had to be changed. Well, I don't really know how to redo brake lines and bleed them and all that, so I just let my local guy do it. It cost a fortune because you had to order new brake calipers, plus rotor, plus brake pads, you know, which I've changed the rotors and brake pads before by myself. But bleeding the brakes, you kind of need two people, right? And they have these valve things, but I'm not really too sure about how to do it. And I don't really want to mess around with the reliability of bleeding brake lines, you know, with the fluid and all. So I let them do it, and I remember it was expensive. And I just knew that if that was the condition of the rear calipers, I knew that if I had to change the brake pads on the fronts, I'd probably have to get a professional to do it. But we're gonna try today anyway to see if those brake pads will come off and if the brake calipers are in good enough condition for me to continue. So my daughter asked me, "Oh man, how long is that gonna take to fix brakes?" I'm like, well, I could do it this weekend, but this weekend on Sunday, it snowed. It was like 29 degrees, right? Ridiculous, I'm not gonna go out. Yesterday was like 32 degrees, so I'm not gonna go out and do it. So today, Monday, it's a nice day, I'm gonna do it. At least I hope I can do it. Anyway, so I told my daughter, well, I'd have to order the brake pads. She goes, how long is that gonna take? And that's probably gonna take a week, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, I could drive the other cars, whatever. Anyway, I was looking through my garage and I found this underneath a pile of boxes. Acura Legend front. I think I might have bought fronts and back a while back, you know, and just did the rears and never used the fronts because I guess at the time the meat was good on the pads on the front, so I didn't change it. So I don't have to go buy it, I already have it, brand new, you know what I mean? I believe these are ceramic. So one of my subscribers recently commented on one of my videos and said, you know, Henry, if you didn't mention people's last name when you buy sticker shout-outs, right? Maybe you'd sell more because people may not want their last name to be mentioned. And that completely makes sense, you know what I mean? So from now on, if you buy a sticker, unless you tell me to use your last name, I'm not gonna use your last name. So shout out to David S. from Madison, Illinois for buying a sticker. And Edward B. from Bow, New Hampshire. Thanks a lot for continuing to buy stickers. Support the channel. Buy a sticker. Big shout out to my buddy John Pruss. Now I know he doesn't mind because he's my boy. Over at Turning Wrenches 85. Go check out his Instagram and his YouTube channel. He watched an episode recently where I was trying to fix something, I forget. And I was so annoyed at myself because I needed to create a Z-bend on a wire. That's what it was. It was a golf cart, right? I had to create a Z-bend. Years ago, I had bought one because I make so many Z-bends, right? So I put it somewhere, And then when I needed it, I couldn't find it. You know, it annoyed me so much because I couldn't do the job that I wanted to, especially since I bought the tool, right? And then another occasion came up where I was looking through my stuff. I found it, but I didn't need it at the time. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this somewhere where I know the next time I need it, I know I'm gonna find it, right? Problem is, I hid it so well, I have no idea where I hid it. It's been so long. So when I was working on the golf cart, I needed the Z-bend tool. I couldn't find it again. I was so annoyed. Anyway, I got a package from John from Amazon, and just by feeling it, I can feel what it is. John, you're a sweetheart, baby. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, you're just very thoughtful, you know? And here we go. Made by Oregon. This is a Z-bend tool. This little thing can help you create Z-bends in cables where you need them. Now look, I'm gonna go put this somewhere and you guys are gonna watch me put it so that whenever I need it and I can't find it one time, you all can say, Henry, it's over there. Okay, I'm in my garage. This is my tool chest, okay? Upper right drawer where I have all my sockets. I also have my carburetor adjustment tools here. Okay, look. It has the bag. I'm gonna put it right here. Damn it. Also, I'm gonna need a jack. I need a jack. Where's my only jack? That's right. It's been holding up this damn golf cart for the past 6 months. It's on jacks, so I'm gonna jack it back up again, replace the jacks underneath the axle, I guess, maybe? Because I know the other side is pinching on the brake cable, which is no good. So let me get that jack out of here so I can jack up the Acura. So I've got it jacked up to a point where it's high enough, but the tire is still touching the ground because you want to loosen the, you have to untorque these lug nuts, right? And then once you get the lug nuts untorqued, then you can put it all the way up while the wheel is suspended in air and you can take the wheel off. With these crazy wheels, it has this special socket that only fits on these lug nuts, all 5 of them. Without this thing, you can't get the lug nuts off, ever. No socket will fit, only this key. So if this ever stripped, I'm screwed. So, and this thing fits on a 1/2-inch socket, 13/16. So I'm gonna remove the lug nuts off now, at least loosen them. I hope they're not on too tight. Holy cow, they're on too tight. Won't even budge with an impact. Gonna have to get a breaker bar out. That's trouble, man. Yep, won't budge. Crazy. Got this huge breaker bar. There we go. This is gonna take a while. All right, breaker bar seems to work. So I don't trust this jack, so I got an extra jack onto the front axle. I've raised the tire off, completely off the ground, And I hurt myself already. Can you believe it? Let's take these lug nuts off now that they're untorqued. Me? Why can't this be super easy?
Henry, that is super easy.
Well, at least I didn't have to kick the wheel for it to come off. You know how that is. Ooh! Alright. Well, that was pretty successful. Just jinxed it, didn't I? There we go. So these rotors I actually changed a while back. I don't remember when. But as you can see, the grinding was right here. You can feel a little bit of scuffing. But these are new rotors, believe it or not. As you can see, there's like no meat left on those pads. None. So it looks like I have to take this bolt off here to get the caliper off. And then you hang the caliper somewhere so you don't put pressure on the brake line. I don't know, the caliper looks okay. I don't see any reason why it should be a problem. I have to go get a clamp though. 14 millimeter. It's Japanese, right? So 14 millimeter. Broke it. Not broke it, but broke the torque. So now it's moving, thank goodness. Didn't strip anything yet. Scores! Now I just slowly pry off the caliper. It seems to be moving. It's under hydraulic pressure, so just rock it back and forth. Got a bungee cord here, put it on the spring so this holds it so that it doesn't put the weight of the pressure, on the brake line. Set that aside. Yeah, you can see how rusty this cylinder is here. So I just hope I'll be able to clamp it and compress it down. All right, let's take a look at the condition of this outer brake pad that was causing the squeaking. Here we go. You ready? Oh, there's none left here. There's metal on metal, and you could barely see like a couple of paper width sheets of paper thick of stuff here. So these brake pads are Dunsky. Yep, these brake pads are Dunsky. I mean, super Dunsky. Ooh, have I ever said super Dunsky before? Anyway, so I have to get the orientation right, and uh-oh, this might be a problem. There you go. The ones on the back, you got about a millimeter left, less than a millimeter. So these definitely need to be changed big time. Just want to make sure the orientation goes like that. Staying on that side. So let's do a comparison of the new brake pad and the old brake pad. That's the orientation that I want to put it in, right? Look at that. Crazy, right? I got some of this anti-seize on there. And basically you want to put a little bit on this part right here, because this is the part that slides from the wear. You know, when you use a little bit, whatever, just a little bit, or grease would work, you know, but just so it doesn't rust into place and bind in that area here, right along this part. You don't want to put too much because it'll melt and get onto your brake pads. Sometimes they include it in here in their brakes, but this did not. Why? Okay. You know, like right there. So that's what I was afraid of. It refuses to compress, see? So I don't know what to do now. Should I release the cap on the brake fluid reservoir to release pressure? Or does that not make a difference? Okay, disaster averted. I oiled my clamp a little bit more so it was easier to turn, and it gave me more torque to push it all the way down. So that's great. Got it all torqued down now. Got this second brake pad in place. Now we'll just fit this on there. Hopefully it'll fit. And it does. Push this part in. Look at that, huh? Just put the bolts back in and we're done-ski. That's a good done-ski, not a bad done-ski. Cool. There we go. That was great. I was getting worried that it wouldn't compress, but once you put your elbow grease into it, it went down. Once it makes its momentum, breaking loose, whatever, it slowly goes down. So that looks okay. I got the bolts on, hand tightened, hand torqued down, and I think that's good. Got a little bit of anti-seize there to let the pads move along with the wear, right? And hopefully it'll be good. I'll just put the wheel back on and do the other side the same exact way. Hopefully I won't run into any complications. about that, huh? The other side only took like seemingly 2 minutes and 18 seconds in time lapse. But in reality, it took about 10-15 minutes. You know, it was much faster on the other side. Didn't give me any problems, thank goodness, you know. So all in all, guys, it took a total of maybe 45 minutes, not counting getting the tools ready, setting it up and all that stuff. You know, half hour, 45 minutes, change your brake pads in your fronts, you know. That cost me, I think, $25 or $30 for those brake pads years ago. They're still about that cheap, 25, 30 bucks, something like that. If you get the OEM ones, a lot more, maybe $70, $100 or something, but whatever, they're just brake pads, man. Pretty good. I'm gonna go take a test drive now. Hopefully it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. But save money. Don't let those guys charge you like $300, $400, $500, $600 to change your brake pads. You could do it yourself in like 40 minutes, you know? Thanks a lot for joining me on today's auto repair. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys, John with Turning Wrenches, 85. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.